Hey, what's up, guys? Back from the deck profile here. Now, a lot of my guys did very well today at the regional. Grant got 30th place.
Yes,
What was your final record?
I was 6-2-1.
6-2-1. Okay, fuck yeah, dude. What was so funny, because you guys know Devin and Grant on the channel, they actually played in the tournament today.
Round 8.
Yeah, out
Round
of
8.
400 fucking players. It was sick.
Dudes.
But yeah, dude. But dude, it's what a great day. So I'm gonna let you go on with it, dude. Thanks for coming on. Proud of you, brother.
I'm proud of you too, bro. Honestly, man.
Appreciate it.
Today was so great, as
It
Sonny
was,
said,
bro.
man. To be able to do it with all of our friends, man.
Yeah,
and
it was.
to
dude.
have so much
Everyone
success.
was hyping everyone up,
And everyone was keeping everybody level. Everyone was keeping everybody zoned in.
Yeah.
And it was just a really, really great experience. And just really, really thankful and happy that that you were there, man. And just absolutely, really, really thankful for you.
Appreciate
bro.
it, brother. I love you too.
Let's get into the deck, man, because today was wild.
It was, dude. It's currently 10 p.m.
It is. It
I'm
is
gonna
currently
bust.
10 p.m. We're all busting
Yeah,
at the seams.
At the seams.
It's a bust.
Yeah, two bust.
We needed it.
We will need it. We will need it.
So I 3 hydrant. So we're back on Rescue Ace Fiend Smith. The deck is just
Fire
very,
Fiend pile.
very good.
V2.
Yeah, pretty much version 2 of the Fire Fiend pile you guys saw.
Yeah.
Post ban list now,
Yeah.
obviously. There's been a couple big events, so
Yeah.
lost my first round today.
Mm-hmm.
1 second, 1 third, 1 fourth. Lost my 5th and 7th. I'm sorry. Tied my 5th, lost my 7th. Then I ended up winning the other ones.
Yeah.
Shout out to Devin.
Big shout out to Devin.
Great to see him in round 8.
Yeah.
And then
It's unfortunate.
shout out to Johnny getting 23rd place.
Yeah, dude. Also, real quick, I want to talk about Johnny. Johnny started off.
Johnny
0-2,
started off 0-2
and then won
ended up
7 straight.
and 2. Went 7 straight.
That's crazy.
The definition of playing against the odds, the definition
He was
of
just chilling,
not letting it
He
affect
doesn't-
you.
John's very relaxed. I want to get him on the
that was-
channel, but
yeah.
he doesn't want to be on camera, so we'll do his deck eventually. But
If you ever get the chance to play John, just
Yeah.
know y'all got y'all be in for it.
Yeah, dude, he was cooking.
So we got the 3 hydrant, 3 impulse. This card
Broken.
is so crazy good right now. Getting out either fire attacker on the ad, but most of the time right now you're going to be getting out the engine, which we'll show later. But this card is a hand trap by itself. But you can also use it for combo.
Yeah.
When they activate something on their board going second, and you see this, and they're trying to stop this, for example, you can, impulse and get simply another one.
Yeah.
And so it's being able just to do that is really, really nice.
Yeah.
And then we got the 2 turb CR. I did pick up some CR turbulences.
So
we are
good,
still
dude.
waiting to pick up CR hydrants because they are $80 a piece still.
Oh, they're really
And CR turbs are like $20, $25, so not nearly as bad.
Damn, these look good.
And they look great.
Yeah, they do.
And this card resolved almost every single time today. If you play the lines right, most of the time they're gonna burn most of the interruptions, and then you're free to set 4, and you get all the advantage back.
Yep.
So very, very good. And then 2 preventer. Again, can't be understated. This card is just so good. The only time I did not summon preventer today is when I was under double mulch army.
Yeah.
And I elected to then just get impulse to then summon the preventer on my opponent's turn. So
We will need it.
we needed it,
We needed it.
and it busted.
Yeah. It's going to bust.
1 airlifter, because that's pretty standard. Please, in God's name, put this card back to 2, at least, please. I mean, there's no reason not to.
What wrote it?
We need it.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one.
Rescue. It's true. I got this card back so many times today. The fact that people still don't understand that you can just get this out pretty much whenever you want with the deck. So you always have access to emergency. It's just so critical.
Yeah, that card's insane.
This card, very, very good because Fiend Smith's everywhere.
Fiends.
So if you can spit this out somehow before they go into
Do
Fiend
it.
Smith
Yeah.
or before they do other stuff, or if they just start off with a normal like Snake Eye stuff, and then they you can spit this out while they're adding and just get more advantage. Same thing with the engine. Engine can special itself just like this if you special a Rescue Ace monster or normal or special. And then if your opponent specials a monster, you can special a level 4 lower Rescue Ace, which is Airlifter or Impulse or Hydrant. And that comes up.
The above.
For the spells, 3 emergency.
Broken.
Best card in the deck for Rescue Ace. It just allows you to dodge stuff, gets turbulence, and even when you have turbulence, they think you're going to get turbulence.
Yeah, when they originally hit the deck, I was surprised it wasn't that.
Yeah, instead of airlifter. Yeah.
Cards very crazy. The only reason I feel like they didn't hit it is because it tributes.
Right.
And so that's kind of a...
That's what makes
and
it
it's got to be a
good.
name.
Yeah.
So, alert, rescue, contain, extinguish. We did not play reinforce. At no point today did I ever think it would come up, except I played one match against Flunderies.
Yeah, the card's good, though.
And the card is very good, and in fact, in that game, would have been even better, because not only is it a stat modifier, it makes it unaffected, so MPen would just
See you later. Birds.
Yeah,
Birds.
just fucking load some bird shot up and just take those things out whenever you see them, guys and gals, whoever's watching.
Yeah.
Just beat Flunderies when you can. We do play one Rhoda and one for one. Both these cards came up so many times today, and other than literally game one where I saw triple Charmy, this and something else, and then the next game I saw like triple Hydrant in this, and I was just like, all right,
gross.
I was like, this is not good.
Yeah.
But other than that, those cards are busted.
Yeah. They make me want to.
Accidentally shuffle the cards.
No,
Oh my word!
yeah.
Oh no! I shuffled.
For a split second, no, that's For a split second, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah,
Wait, why?
I'm so confused. We do play 3 engraver.
Yeah,
we do play Fiend Smith stuff. It's just a broken engine.
Yeah.
It just clears stuff so easily, and it makes Caesar, it makes Dez, 2 very impactful cards, and it just solicits a lot of great extension. Sadly, there is no way anymore for this to get into Rescue Ace Engine, though.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure, hopefully, something will come out in the future to do so, but until that time, we're kind of stuck.
Yeah. Sorry.
Super Lurie.
Yeah. Shout out. Shout out to YGB.
2 tracked.
You playing 60?
I'm playing 56 cards.
56. Yeah.
And everyone asks me why I'm just not playing 60.
No, it's
And it's because it doesn't make sense to.
Yeah.
It simply put, like, you don't want to put too much non-engine in the deck, otherwise you're going to start bricking on the cards that you actually do want to see. So that this is Rescue Ace is a deck in where you do have to play a lot of Rescue Ace engine. You can't just play a small package, for example, because it requires a lot of setup, but it requires other names. But it's very, very good, very, very good.
Yeah.
But then 2 tracks. I play 2 because if you somehow draw this card, which every once in a while you'll draw the Lurie or the track.
That's like the curse is when you draw this, Engraver's also in your hand.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so having the second one, I did it today and was able to trigger Necro Equip to draw the extra card, and I just ended up pitching this off of Diabelle's to get into Rescue Ace Engine. So it was very, very good. I actually did forget two Rescue Ace cards.
That's the best card.
2 HQ.
That card's gross, dude.
So HQ, the reason I'm playing 2, everyone for the most part plays 1, and they acknowledge that 1 is fine. The reason I'm playing 2 is because specifically the text on the shuffle 4 back and draw 1, it's not a once per turn. It's not a once per turn. So also, if they were to get rid of that, they think they're safe now. Yeah. They've gotten rid of the recursive card, and when you spin another one out, they never expect it, and then you still get to recur everything, get all your spells and traps back, any names you need back, draw a card, and you're right back in there, plus a 500 attack boost.
Yeah, plus the extra normal, right?
And the extra normal.
Playing into a board is
like, oh my god, dude, the number of times I pitch Hydrant, they think they're safe, I'll normal Hydrant, and then I'll normal Airlifter, and they're just like, ah! It's very good.
They busted.
This card's just insane.
Yeah, insane.
We do play 3 Wanted. Of course, we play Snake Eye stuff, so the 3 Wanted's an original. And then we also still play the 3 Witch.
Yep.
We were on 2 Witch for the longest time. I did pick up a third
Card's
one.
Too good.
And it came in handy, but I did side it out a lot.
Yeah,
second
you can
today.
just one or...
just sided one out today. Yeah, you don't want to take out too much engine.
100%.
Along those same lines, I'm still playing 2 Bonfire and a Poplar. This came up today. Sadly, I saw that a lot today. Probably 3 times I probably saw Bonfire and Poplar. It was just like, oh, great. In a 56 card deck. But
yeah, whatever.
At no point did I really feel like it affected me. I feel like even when I saw that, I was able to make really good plays and good lines. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Fucking gold best deck.
I mean, I feel like it's really strong.
It is, dude.
And so that's all the engine stuff we play. We do play a lot of non-engine.
Yeah.
So we'll start off with the 3 droplets. This card's MVP
Yeah,
today.
it's probably one of the best cards in the game, I think, right now.
I think this card goes through phases of
other than getting shifters.
It's not as effective in some formats, but it's still a very good card. But in this format, it's just so broken because everybody is playing monster spells and traps.
Yeah.
There's no decks that are not playing traps. There's no decks that are not playing monsters. It's just so everybody's sending everything, and it shuts everything down, and it just promotes plays both on your turn and on your opponent's turn. To follow that up, we have 3 Parelia. Why you want to main deck this card? I personally like the guarantee of still having impactful plays when you lose the dice roll.
Yeah.
That's the same logic behind the 3 Impulse with the other 2 names to summon. It's the same logic with this. You want to be able to establish so much advantage on your opponent's turn that it doesn't matter if they go full combo because you are going to go full combo.
And bust.
And you can just, you can play it correctly and you get so much resources out of it and you get so much advantage. It just only makes sense, in my opinion, to main it. And then if you lose for some reason and you know you're going to be going first, then you side it out. It's very easy. And it makes just a lot of sense to do so. But a card, I absolutely want to see. You can activate them up to twice per turn, of course. Yeah. So this came up multiple times today, and it was very good in some situations. And then we've got 3 Ash.
Fire card.
Yes, it is a fire card.
I had to mention that.
And do I absolutely despise the fact that it's a fire and everybody plays Hida? Yes, I do. Do I absolutely love the effect and would not make a deck without it? 100%. I tried for 1 week to play without this card, and I was just so upset that I had nothing to interact with. And I tend to see this card a lot, so I feel like if you like it and you play it, it's however you feel about the card, and I feel like, again,
I just fucking personally hate it. Now I like it.
With certain
but I've always
formats,
hated it. You guys know that.
With certain formats, you gotta be able to kind of go through the full archive of hand traps.
Yeah.
And whatever works. Along those lines, we played 2 Mourner.
Yeah.
Not only is it kind of a time card, it comes up in a way, and I had one instance today against Lab that I should have won and I lost.
Lab.
Shout out my opponent Will.
Shout out Will.
He got his first regional invite, Nats invite.
Yeah, shout out to Will.
Yeah, for real. But I had an instance where I had Turbulence and I still had this and wanted to resolve it. You can, in fact, and this was confirmed by the head judge, Earl, if anyone knows that, shout out Earl, that you go Turbulence 1, this 2. It's whatever you're resolving on the field, if you're turn priority player, you can chain this immediately after. There's not a point that your opponent can tell you to allow them to respond. You get to use both those effects because they would activate in the same instance, in the same time frame. Sorry, not instance, but in the same time frame. So you wouldn't be able to go 1, 2, and then 3. You do have to go, for your effects, it'd be 1, 2, and then they would be theirs.
Yeah. And now this might change from like head judge to head judge, right? Like obviously.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. I just have to say that because
of course.
Yeah.
You never know who your head judge is going to be. For us in the Midwest, Earl's pretty prevalent at almost every event.
Yeah, you see him on YCS streams.
So you kind of know, and I also go to his locals occasionally as well. So you kind of know how he's going to rule on things. So that makes sense to me, and the reasoning is that the 1, 2 back to you, that is an OCG ruling in terms of the very base of the game. In the TCG, you have multiple instances of activations. You don't have a back and forth necessarily in every situation. So
show me what's mid card in the
so Phantasme today. I thought that this was going to cook people today.
Yeah.
And I thought it was going to do really well. And it was actually Impulse that did.
Yeah.
And it's the same theory. No one fucking Link summoned a card today for like 8 rounds on me.
The entire regional was
not a single one. Even Dragon Link!
Yeah. Bro, the whole regional was like, it was either Super Rogue or it was U-Bell and Tenpai, and the U-Bell decks would like play around it in some instances. How many U-Bells did you play against?
0.
Yeah. See, and I played against a shitload of them.
I couldn't.
I only played one.
Yeah, and I played against like Pearly and stuff. Like, shout out my boy.
I was expecting it. I was so expecting at least 3 UBell matchups today, or 4 out of the 9, and I didn't see it a single time. I didn't see Tenpai a single time.
Yeah, I played against
I played
an
an absolute variety
Shout
of
out my
decks,
boy, John.
including Flunders, Sword Soul, Snake Eye.
Swords.
We played Tyr. We played against Exo Sister. We played against. We played against a lot of the Labyrinth. We played against a lot of decks today. Runic, Whitewoods. Every deck today was different. I never played more than one deck today. A second time. So, very, very unique day again.
That's why regionals are so crazy when it's like 400 players. You just
9 rounds, man.
Life
9
is
rounds
like a
can
box
bring
of
anything.
chocolates.
Yeah, absolutely.
on a
And
bus.
you never know.
I drank about 15 Bud Lights.
I wish.
Yeah.
I wish. We do play 2 talents. This card was broken today. Every single time I activated this card, I won the game. Every single time. There's not a single game that I activated talents, with the stipulation that you choose the correct effect.
Yeah.
Okay? I got Maul Charming for 2. Most of the time, you're not going to talents. I chose to rip his hand because I had this little feeling that he had no engine. He had 1 engine card. I ripped the engine card. You know what he did?
Engine.
He set up a minimal board the next time and
We will
couldn't
break
interact
it.
with mine, and
We
he
will
lost.
break
And we
it.
went to game
Yeah.
3. So it's very, very good. Always play talents, in my opinion. I feel like that card is just insane. And the final card, 56, Azarune. We do play the rabbit in the extra deck.
Still a hat.
And the number of times where I would go full Rescue Ace combo, set, I've got my extra draw, and then I'd be like, oh, I got to link these 2 off. And I would link it off into Rabbit and set this. They would. I had 3 separate opponents scoop in that game
But
as
also,
soon as I set this.
People don't know that this card, like, if they kill this by battle, it just kills what killed it.
Also, yes.
Yes. Yeah.
If they just be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna attack over the Azure, great. On res, die.
Dead.
It's
Yeah.
dead. So another really neat part of this
Yeah.
card.
It's the last line on the text, so like.
So
it's
people
kinda
actually
simple for
really
me.
fear this card,
On Saturday.
and when you do the set 4 with this, it clearly showed today that most people feel like they're not gonna be able to get through the board.
Yeah.
To the extra deck,
Extra dip.
the extra dip.
The extra dip.
And then we've got 1 Hida. Came up a couple times today, but not that many. Would have preferred a Nightmare Phoenix, to be quite frank.
Yeah. I was afraid a couple people were actually playing that card, and then nobody actually was.
I know,
and
dude.
I was like,
and I
thank
missed it.
God.
I missed it so
yeah, that
much.
card.
today.
That card would have clutched a lot of my opponents against me today.
And then to go ahead and go with that, we do play the Moon, of course, and we did play an Underworld Goddess today.
Broken.
And I had gotten a situation with a Snake Eyes player where I summoned this and was able to resolve it, and I made the Moon and cleared the bodies, and it allowed us to play to a draw when I was in a severely unfavorable situation.
Did you make this into Requiem at all?
I did not.
Okay.
I actually linked it off into an SP to clear more of the
XD.
board. XD on the SP. So we do play that. We do play a Zeal, and we do play the Raging Phoenix, as well as, of course, we play Princess. This is the OTK line.
Yeah.
As soon as I did this twice today, people scooped. Obviously, pretty straightforward. You're
Yeah.
going to pop and then just attack them for
Yep.
a lot of damage. IP, Rabbit, and SP. These are all the Link 2s of the deck, and as well as Sequence. I really like the Link 2s because of the flexibility. Obviously, I'm a Sprite player, true to heart as well. So I'm always going to
That's
have Link
very
2s.
true. It's like me with Dragon.
As Sonny said today in his match against Pat Hoban, he actually had this and this on the field, and then ended up making Gigantic Sprite to spit out an Ibly. So that's a line that's pretty crazy as well that you could consider if you have cards you'd be willing to cut from your extra deck. And I thought that was pretty sick as well.
Yeah. I didn't
And
expect
you
the
played through it
Gigantic.
regardless.
Dude, yeah, and Tyreek.
Doesn't matter.
Tyreek was like, "I'm sorry, bro," and then like 30 seconds later, I was like, "Hey, Tyreek, dude, I actually won that." And he was like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, dude, sheesh, dude." What a crazy time. Yeah,
dude,
that
what a
card's-
great day.
Dude, what a great day. That card's broken.
Anima against the tier
Hydrant.
player.
We wouldn't need
This
the
guy
hydrant.
set up board full tier board, and for some reason put Toad in the Animism.
Yeah, because people don't respect Anima.
Yeah, and he was like, I was hoping you didn't
That
play
card's
that. And it's
way
like, well,
too
I
good.
play a level 1 deck, so if you see a level 1 deck, we don't have Link Karibo anymore, and this is what you play.
Bro, it's like we play like GOAT format and sometimes too,
Also,
and I still don't even play into the Imperm column in GOAT format.
with how many Snake Eyes decks that were still there today?
Yeah, there were still a bunch of them.
Like,
Oh.
you don't think that people aren't going to be playing this card?
Also, I want to shout out Devin. Devin bought a 10 at the regional, and all of his secrets were the misprint ones.
Oh, insane.
Yeah, dude, the actual secret instead of the prismatic, they were just
Wow,
regular
yeah.
secret, and I was just like broken. Sorry, I didn't notice that. Yeah,
That's insane. And then we do play, of course, Requiem because it's essential in the Fiend Smith engine. We play the Necro Equip so that we can make the Caesar if we need to, and then the last card is Desiree. Going into game 3, you want to make this to avoid the board breaking things.
Yeah.
We also have a side deck, and to go along with that,
Do you like your side?
I loved the side today.
couple cards you changed.
I would change a couple of things around. I would actually, believe it or not, I would cut Nibiru altogether.
Yeah, that card's fucking ass.
That card
That's
is-
what I talked about on
I think
Saturday.
a lot of
Fuck,
people are under
card's
the
bad.
impression that card is good, and I think it's very situational.
Yeah, I kind of had like the same thing where I was just like, oh, I could make the illusion beast and like kill
I
it.
think
after
the
it was
reason
attacked
why players
ass.
like Nib is because it punishes bad
Yeah,
players.
I just took it out. I'm glad I played 60, so I had so many
It
cards.
punishes
to
bad
side
players.
out.
When you're at a
Yeah,
regional,
that too, yeah.
and when you're at this level and you're playing, especially with the Columbus regional, we get a good number. We got Pat Hoban there. We got Elijah
Yeah,
Green,
just
who
randomly,
literally
yeah.
won the YCS
Yeah.
a couple years ago.
Clifton Land.
There's a lot of guys
shout out
there.
Clifton.
Max,
Max,
he
yeah,
talks
Max-
events left
Max
and right.
guy, yeah.
So we got a real
Fucking
competitive regional scene.
We do, yeah.
And
They're all the homies too.
absolutely, they're all
Yeah.
all good people.
Yeah.
And so it's very competitive.
It's just very
and
interesting.
it feels
So,
good
yeah.
to do well in that instance.
Yeah.
But you also have to play the cards against good players.
Yes.
So Lou is saying that we play 3 power filter.
Yeah.
The 2 best decks, or the 2 most popular decks that are still around in my head, are Snake Eye and Ubel. That's what I saw at least the most of today at the regional walking around.
Yeah, this 10 pie was up my fucking. It could have
Yeah,
given me a
you- yeah,
colonoscopy
yeah,
how many
geez.
times I saw that next.
Getting real cool.
Yeah, I was just like, yeah, dude, yeah. How many times am I gonna see this fucking?
Every time.
Yeah, every single time.
So this completely shuts down Snake Eye, completely shuts down Ubel, shuts down a lot of other decks, including Flu. I sided this in against Flu and
That's so
activated it. The guy was like, "What does that do?" I was like, "It says you can't special summon," and I was like, "Oh yeah, you don't special summon." So I felt like an idiot at the time. But
oh yeah, you didn't.
because
Yeah.
it didn't special summon. But
Well,
then
now you know,
literally,
fuck
I beat him anyway. And then the next game, I literally sided in against a Snake Eye guy, and he was like, "Yeah, we'll go to the next game."
XD,
And I was just like,
he
"Great."
didn't draw Cosmic or Lightning Storm.
Yeah.
See you guys later.
Though that is a card. That's what I would probably put in. I would
Cosmic
side
or
for the
Lightning,
nibs.
or
I'd put
Arby's
in
Feather
Cosmics.
Duster,
I'd put in
yeah.
Cosmics.
Oh, Cosmic was Cosmic was a good card.
We do play 3 Solemn
Yeah.
because we want to be able to
Cards
negate
broken. Yep.
our back row getting destroyed. Very, very straightforward. We also play Evenly. This card just puts in so much work right now. And 2 most feared words in Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now, in my opinion, are Battle Phase,
Yeah.
when you have nothing on the board.
Yeah. Also, dude, shout out to Andrew, the Plant Link player, dude. I set up like it was like a super mid monster board, but I just had 4 back row, and he drew for turn and was like Battle Phase, and I was like, is he just trying to like make me play cards? So I was like, yeah, you're good. And then he was like, end of Battle Phase, and I was like, yeah. And then he was like, and I was like, oh no. And then I saved the Imperm for the. I was like, the Imperm, I guess, is the only card. It was Imperm called by and like 2 other cards or whatever, and then the monster. I just let everything else at the Imperm. Then he ended up drawing the Loci, the seed, summoning the link when I Impermed it, and then he passed back to me, and I was just able to clean up after that. Thank God I saved the Imperm.
I had a dude ask me
card,
today,
Denver.
how does
Yeah.
Requiem react? How does Requiem's effect go in the Imperm column? I had a dude call a judge for that today, not just ask, call a judge.
We will need it.
I was like, okay, you're not as good as I thought. you
Yeah,
were.
yep.
I was like,
Yeah,
but
later.
we did play with
But
it.
it's also a learning experience.
100%.
I played
Oh,
against a
it's
lot
all
of players that were
100%.
like, "Hey, dude, we came out," but they were cooking today.
Yeah, that dude was. But his
Yeah.
deck was insane, bro.
Yeah, good.
Snake Eye, Unchained Fiend Smith. It was just like, ooh, yeah.
I'm gonna bust.
Yeah, crazy, dude. And then so the last 6 cards are 3 Nibiru. I didn't know what I was going to see today, and I knew Droll wasn't going to be impactful because of Ubel and because of other decks like that. And so, excuse me, I just wanted to play something that was safe, something that, again, at a high level, it's going to be questionable, but if you catch someone slipping, which you will at big events, that you can kind of capitalize on that. And again, it's about advantage.
Yeah.
So
that's probably the road card, though. That's like the card that just blasts.
Yeah,
road.
And like I said, this would probably become, in my mind, 3 Cosmic Cyclone.
Correct.
I'd say I didn't miss Nib at all today.
Yeah, dude.
I played against
Thank
Ritual
God I played
Beast.
60 because I had so many cards to side out. Like, that was basically it. Like,
I mean, I ended up siding a lot of Engine a lot of times just to like feel safer. And it paid off. Safer. Oh, so I played that against you. I played that today too. And then the last 3 cards, speaking of, we play 3 Bestials. I saw these cards frequently enough today.
Good boys.
And
Ed Nettie, dude.
if you're not maining them, I'm siding them just because in the Fiend Smith mirror match, any deck that's playing Fiend Smith, like, it just helps to get you advantage and to take away things from your opponent. But at the same time, it's just they're not super impactful.
Yeah,
they're not impactful by themselves.
I have something
you
to
need
say
another
about
hand
this.
trap.
So when I was testing with
It's
Cody,
just a better card.
Yeah, right. I played against.
It's a crow
I
with legs.
was playing against obviously my boy Cody. I keep mentioning him because he's such a strong influence. But
Great guy.
insane player too. We tested when I was playing Dragons and Dragon Link or something, and he was playing the Ubel deck, and I double bestialed him like 6 games in a row, and it just didn't matter. So I was just like, I'm not even. As sad as it is, I was just like, if these aren't like my main deck, like if I was playing Dragon Link, obviously they'd be in my deck.
Yeah.
But I was like, I couldn't even like, because originally in my brain I was just like, fusing off Druid's Worm is broken, right? For Guardian Chimera, like I was just like, that's insane. And then it just turned out to just not be enough. Like I don't know.
And I'll also say there was a guy in top 48 today who made it with Red Dragon Archfiend Bestial.
Shout out to him.
Okay.
Whoever that was.
Right.
Shout out
And
to
so
you.
like that to me, which I've played that deck and I knew it was good, but I think because of the number of Bestials it plays and how prevalent, you can still play hand traps in the deck, you play crossout, you can play these, and still play under 45. Like you can do a lot with the deck.
Yeah.
And it puts up a really nice board. And with
does.
the reprint of Tyrant in the tins, you now have a negate in the battle phase against Tenpai. So it deals with that. And it just puts up giant monsters and puts up negates, puts up banishes.
And if people aren't prepared for it.
And and when you're not playing Droll and Nib, which a lot of people are not, that deck pops off.
Yeah.
And so that's the deck, guys. I want to thank Sonny so much for a great day. I want to thank Devin. I want to thank Johnny. I want to thank Zach.
So
I want to thank
proud of you,
Cody.
dude.
I want to thank Devontae. I want to thank everybody that
Yeah.
made today possible
Devontae's
and special. You know, the regionals are a slog, man. They're tough.
Yeah, we only
You gotta
get one
wait.
like every 17 years.
Right.
It's like,
We're lucky that we got 2 this year, this calendar year in Columbus.
Where's the other one?
The other one's in June.
June. Oh, yeah.
June, yeah. And so to be able to get my invite back-to-back Columbus regionals is big for me. I love my city. I love being able to represent it well, especially with this game.
World's points race, dude.
World's points race on now, baby. I love the community that we're building here. I love the positivity. I love the people we play with. I love the people that come down and interact with us, man. If you're ever out, man, come see Sonny. Come see me. Come see Zach. Come see Dev. Come see Johnny. Come say what's up, guys.
Yeah.
And
I always love, dude. Like when I'm like going towards like my rounds or whatever, because I was at. Not to like toot my own horn, but I was at the top tables the entire tournament.
Oh, bro, you got fifth. Toot your own horn today, bro. Come on now.
Well, I'm just saying, like, and when I was like passing, because the top tables were at the very end of the venue, so every time I was walking towards them, there'd be people like, "Hey, do you love the channel?" Like fist bump, and I was like, "Hey, thanks, dude." You know what I mean? Like, and also shout out my boy Charles too. I forgot that in my other profile, but also one thing I wanted to mention that I forgot about Johnny. Johnny was playing the going first 10 pie extra deck. He cut Princess, Zealantis, and something else, and he was playing the Crystal Wing Zulkin stuff.
Raging Phoenix,
yeah. He was playing Crystal Wing Zulkin, so when they made him go first, he would just make Seal, Crystal Wing, and stuff. And he just fucking. I still can't get over the fucking
Insane.
fact he went 0-2 and just 7 straight.
I know,
That's so fucking crazy.
Being able to win 7 straight
I'm
matches.
so fucking proud of him.
That's
and,
that's
and he
impressive.
taught me how to play against Senpai. So, anything else, brother?
No, man. Again, great day. Thank you
love
so
you.
much. Love you
Thanks
too,
for
bro.
coming on, dude.
I appreciate you, brother.
All right. And by the way, one last thing. 69.9% of the people that watch my videos aren't subscribed. And that's crazy to me. If everyone just clicked that sub button, I would just be so happy. But anyways, I'll see you
Guys,
later.
like and subscribe. Show
Yeah.
love, you know what I'm saying? You gotta show love.
Please, dude. I'll give you guys a hug at the event. See you guys later. Cheers.